G'day, I'm Brendan and I'm going to run you through the Earthworker and Reclaim controller for your heat pump hot water system so that you can set it to run at the optimal time of day to make use of either your solar panels on the roof or your off-peak power from your energy provider. Let's jump into this. What I've got here is the Reclaim version 2 controller. There's a version 1 controller as well. Ostensibly, it's the same thing. You just need to press some different buttons to navigate through the controls. With regard to setting timers on these controllers, there is a variety of different options, which we'll go into further detail. With regards to setting timers on these controllers, there's quite a few different options. There's an on-demand option, which will run as required at any time over a 24-hour period as the tank is emptied and refilled with cold water. There's selective timers, which are preset for solar production windows, be it from 10 AM to 4 PM, off-peak windows from midnight to 6 AM. There's also operational modes for you to set your own timers. Perhaps you want to access a cheap energy window in the middle of the day or utilize your home battery to use your heat pump hot water system. There's an additional mode for holiday. If you're away, the heat pump will run just for the Legionella cycle and not be running all the time as it would during normal consumption. So we'll go into a bit more detail on that. These are really capable controllers. Having them set up the right way is what's most important. And a key part of that is making sure the date and the time are also accurately set so that the timers referencing that date and time are going to be running at the right times of day. All right, so this is your version 2.0 Reclaim wall controller, which you'll have sitting out beside your heat pump hot water system. To check what operation mode you're set on, you want to dive into the settings here by hitting the OK button. The settings are set out with different numbers, but the one we're really looking for is the first one here, which is the operation mode. Hit the OK button and that'll take you through to the different options, and I'll just cycle through them quickly here and we'll come back to them one at a time. 7, 8, 9, and back to number 1. So number 1, this is your 24-hour timer control. So the heat pump hot water system will run on demand as it needs to. When the temperature reaches the low point, the heat pump will turn on and reheat the tank back up to the 59 degrees. To enact that timer, you hit the OK button and it'll take you back to operation mode. That confirms that you've been set on the 24-hour on-demand heating cycle. If, for instance, you have solar panels, you want to dive back into that operation mode setting by hitting the OK button, then cycle down. You'll see here this states that setting number 2 is from 10 PM until 7 AM. Not great for solar production if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, or the Northern Hemisphere for that matter. Setting number 3 will be from midnight until 6 AM. Again, not great for solar. Setting number 4, perfect, 10 AM to 4 PM. This is adequate for the most common solar systems, and that is one which is facing to a northerly direction. If your solar system faces west only, then perhaps starting the heat pump cycle at 10 AM isn't quite for you. If that is the case, you want to come down to setting number 5, which is the timer setting, where you can actually set 2 different timers during the day for your heat pump to come on. We'll hit OK and go into the timers there, and we can see our first timer will be set to come on at a particular time of day of our choosing. If we've got a west-facing solar array, we may not want our heat pump to come on until 1 PM in the afternoon. And depending on how much water has been drained from that heat pump on the previous cycle, it may need up to 3 hours to come back up to full temperature. So we'll set that as the first running cycle. As we push down, you can see that there is I'll push the OK button, to come down to the second timer. This allows you to set a second off-peak timer. Perhaps you need another heating cycle overnight if you've got high demand usage on your hot water. And we'll set that to come on at midnight for a period of 3 hours again to access off-peak power from our energy provider. We'll hit the OK button there again to confirm, and we're going to set the temperature that this timer will come on at, so that if the clock tells us we're inside this window and the tank temperature is below this set point, then the heat pump will come on. Again, we're hitting OK and it brings us back to our operation mode landing page, if you will. And if we hit exit again from there, we know that our operation mode has been confirmed. To confirm that operation mode visually, you can just hit the OK button again, and we can see that we're in setting number 5, which confirms that we have got these timers enacted, and we can simply exit back out to the main screen. It should show your time of day and your date, both of which are also important for your heat pump running to the correct time, is that the controller knows that it is the correct time of day as well. It's no good having your timers set to come on at 10 AM and off at 4 PM if the controller thinks it's the middle of the night, when in actual fact, it's the middle of the day. And we'll do another video about how to set those timers so they're set up to be the correct time of day.